10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6.
Hello and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Fuel community. My name is Wack. Today is September 29th and we've actually got a really quick episode for you all. So we're going to start with the sale that came through yesterday evening, and it was for 2,245 RPL, about 50,000 US dollars. And sale comes in, people kind of poke around the wallet, and Jasper says, "Oh shit." And then he shares a screenshot from Etherscan where you see that a wallet that's linked to this one has 1.6 million RPL tokens in it. And Jasper's like, they're selling. So he says, and the thing is, it's not the new RPL token, but it's the old RPL token. So Jasper's like, yeah, this is the wallet, and RPL comes in and then it goes out, and they got 1,962 days ago, they got basically 500 like tranches of 500,000 RPL in a whole bunch of in different tranches. So that's like they're selling around every 50 days or so. So it's not likely that they'll be selling any more like today, but they've got 1.6 million RPL. So that is obviously a whole lot of RPL. And Jasper's like, what on earth is this? Like, what's going on? Who are these people? Let me just get this here. Let me use Jasper's exact words. He said that the 3 sales came in today from an old RPL whale OG who still holds 1.6 million tokens. It looks like they only sell it in chunks and very rarely at that, so it doesn't look like they're going to be dumping. So that was the first thing that kind of helped Jasper feel a little bit better. So then he was kind of poking around these addresses and seeing what was going on. And then after a little while, we had Marceau jump into trading, and he says, Jasper, that's a team wallet. So Jasper's like, oh, thank Christ, I should make an Etherscan account and actually start labeling things. So yeah, it was kind of a little bit embarrassing, but anyway, if you have a look at the Rocket Scan page for all the big holders, you'll see that the team wallet is actually the 3rd biggest holder after the vault and the actual token for version 2. Then the team is like the single biggest wallet here. We know that Patricio has got more tokens, but they are staked, and Thomas has 1.1 million tokens now. I think it might even be more than that in total. So wow, good job, Thomas. Yeah, so that is the biggest old RPL wallet. And I guess they just move it to new RPL whenever they need to sell a little bit. And then, of course, there are a couple of others with like 248,000. And then there's another one as well with 100,000 old RPL. But almost everyone now has migrated to new RPL. So there's not much left out there in old RPL land. So, yeah, the 15.1 million has migrated from the old RPL token into the new one. So we have... Is that my? I think I'm reading that right. Yeah. So 15.15 million has migrated already. So I guess there's close to 4 million or so, 3.5 million left, and 1.5 of that is with the team. So that's kind of where we stand with that right now. Okay, moving on. We had a bunch of input yesterday from the Diva team in the Rocket Pool Discord. So they were around yesterday talking about the new vault that has launched, and you can get reward so their vault is the way it works is this, that you can deposit ETH or Lido's ST ETH into their vault, and they've got a target of 100,000 ETH worth of tokens in there. And the idea is that as they approach launch, there'll be like a runway for people to kind of pair up with Protocol ETH, I think, whatever their version ends up being, with Protocol ETH to give them like a nice boost in TVL right at launch in terms of staked tokens. So what they're doing is they are incentivizing that pool with Diva tokens, and you won't start getting the incentives yet, but you'll start getting the incentives 30 days before launch, and the earlier you put your tokens in there, the more you'll get. So they've already attracted some ST ETH and some ETH in there as well. And there was a discussion in going back and forth about basically what's happening is we're starting to see anecdotal evidence of people going out there and buying Lido's ST ETH token or minting it just to put into the Diva vault. So what's happening with that is people who it's actually like might be giving a boost to the Lido token in the short term. So people are just like, oh no, why didn't we realize this right away? So Michael here came into Micho. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think their name's Pablo. Came into the Friends channel on Discord yesterday and was talking about how what if the ETH vault goes into rETH, and how that would be perfect, as it would bring TVL to Rocket Pool in the short term, but then could help out Diva later as well. So we were kind of bouncing around with these thoughts, and I said the problem is that the Rocket Pool deposit pool is full, and then we talked about how it might work, and then we kind of like talked back and forth about how you can mint rETH or how you can't mint rETH. You could buy it on the secondary market, and we were kind of talking. I said others will be much better able to understand the nuances, but if the rETH was only bought on the secondary market and not minted, it could help Rocket Pool with getting new validators up and running with people using Rocket Arb. Later, chunks of it could be redeemed against the deposit pool before being dumped on the secondary market, nuking any premium and maybe sending us into a discount. I'm wondering if it'll be net positive, neutral, or negative. And of course, other people are way smarter than me, like Noshua. And Noshua said that for Rocket Pool, it's probably net neutral. For Diva, I like using Rocket Pool over converting ETH to ST ETH or staking ETH with Kiln. So Kiln is one of the Lido's node operators, and they're kind of growing as well. It's a very centralized service. So I kind of agree with Noshua here as well. I said, yeah, it's kind of icky that people are minting and buying ST ETH just to throw it into the Diva vault. And Noshua said that this is one of the issues I had with this whole system. So there's a whole lot of discussion kind of going back and forth about when it might work and when it might not work. And Iska says that this makes the assumption that the pool can be arbed. If there's a spike in demand while we're over full, the premium could spiral fairly quickly. So that obviously would not be good. And then there was a lot of discussion going back and forth about what it might look like and how we might be able to get this done, and and a bunch of other things. So that was quite an interesting conversation, quite interesting discussion. Diva, it seems like are doing pretty cool stuff. Their team are really nice guys. They're in the Rocket Pool Discord quite a lot, and people like Valdorf, Noshua, Jasper, and others are engaging with them in really good faith, and I really like how we're kind of helping each other. So that's really cool stuff. And if you want to read that, then check out the links in the description below. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a really quick episode. So the last thing I want to do is there's this Twitter account says called Lido Dominance, and it says Lido keeps Danny Ryan up at night, and it should keep you up at night too. Lido's dominance is a threat to Ethereum's credible neutrality, and this is powered by Hildobby. So what we have here now is every day this account will send out a tweet just letting you know where Lido's dominance is, and it uses these like little graphic tweet things to show you that it's like 32% dominant right now. So this is they just posted a new one, 32.23, so it's gone up a tiny bit since yesterday and the day before. This will be really nice, I think, just to keep it in the public sphere and in the mind share of people, but definitely keep an eye on this Twitter account, and we can definitely use it as a way of talking about Lido's dominance and showing that Lido have no interest whatsoever in being good stewards of the Ethereum ecosystem. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. Like I said, it was a really quick episode. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I'll see you all on Monday, and thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. Bye.